Step 2 in fixing a crawl space is isolating the house from the earth.
So now that groundwater is no longer an issue, it's either because you've never had any or because you installed drainage and a sump pump to get rid of it. You're ready to deal with the water vapor that arrives via the exposed earth.
That's right, Bri. So for context, let's review the products we will be using to isolate the house from the earth. First, let's talk about those block walls that we saw in step 1. As you recall, we spoke about water entering the blocks. Depending on the construction of that block wall, you may find that the top of the wall may have open cavities.
Yeah, so we have wall cap. Wall cap's a product to prevent moist, unconditioned air from entering the interior of the crawl space. It's a quick and easy way to seal from the front face of the block wall to the sill plate.
We mechanically fasten wall cap directly to the wall with Christmas tree fasteners or a nail-in fastener. Both work.
Later, when we spray foam the rim joists, there'll be an air-sealed and insulated sill plate and rim joist.
So Silverglow is an expanded polystyrene rigid foam board infused with graphite. It has an R value far superior to other EPS foam board. It also has a radiant barrier that reflects the heat back into the crawl space. This is especially beneficial for those customers that have ductwork in their crawl space.
You know, on this job we're using a 2-inch Silverglow, and it's an insulated panel that comes in 4-foot by 8-foot sheets. We would pre-cut that Silverglow panel outside, and we're going to pass them into the crawl space for install.
Keep in mind, this again is why it's super important to make note of the size of the crawl space opening, as you want to make sure that you can get the material in the space.
Yeah, so we're going to fasten the Silverglow directly to the wall with Christmas tree fasteners.
When you have to cut Silverglow insulated panels, it's important to install the panel accordingly so that the factory edge is visible on the top.
So drainage matting is a dimpled polyethylene drainage membrane that creates an airspace in which water can flow underneath to the sump location.
Yeah, drainage matting also can be measured and pre-cut outside.
So like you do with Tyvek or any other kind of house wrap on the exterior of a home, we're going to make sure that we layer this drainage matting in a way that ensures the water will continually run underneath any overlapping pieces.
To install it, we roll it out and spike it down as needed with galvanized spikes. We typically roll our drainage matting up the wall a few inches to make sure that water cannot make its way on top of it. Any wall leakage will drip down behind the Silverglow and into the smart pipe. We use mechanical fasteners in the drainage matting in this portion of the wall to ensure that none of the material will get pulled down off the wall if someone was crawling on top of it.
So TerraBlock is an expanded polystyrene foam that has a vapor barrier on both sides. This goes on top of the drainage matting. It's the only insulation intended to be used solely on the crawl space floor, and installing TerraBlock will warm the floors above and also save customers on heating bills.
TerraBlock comes in either a roll or a fan fold, which we used on this job. Once the TerraBlock is laid down atop the drainage matting, we tape all the seams with Clean Space tape and cut a hole out for where the smart sump is.
So Clean Space is a heavy 20 mil thick liner. It's like a pool liner. It's manufactured in 7 layers. It's a blend of high density polyethylene for puncture resistance. It's a low density polyethylene for flexibility, and has nylon cord reinforcement for tear resistance.
Again, like drainage matting, we cut the Clean Space outside. After double checking our measurements, we pre-cut the Clean Space liner outside and roll it up so it's easier to lay out in the crawl space. We'll go ahead and tape all seams with Clean Space tape, as well as tape the liner to the Silverglow.
You know, it's important to make sure that these tape joints are as straight and as smooth as possible, just for the aesthetic value of the install.
It's a durable product made to withstand the traffic of customers that use their crawl space for storage, and other contractors love working in the crawl space once it's been encapsulated.
You know, the white finish really brightens up your crawl space, and it allows you to easily see that your crawl space is free of mold, insects, and dirt.
Also, the Clean Space liner is manufactured with antimicrobial additive called UltraFresh, molded right into the material.